The film opens with three men driving in their vehicle late around evening time on an expressway. In the vehicle are Henry Slope, Jimmy Conway, and Tommy DeVito. Jimmy and Tommy are sleeping when Henry hears a noisy pounding commotion. Attempting to sort out the wellspring of the sound, Henry abruptly acknowledges they need to pause and really take a look at the storage compartment. At the point when they open it, we see a beaten man enclosed by a few grisly decorative spreads. An irritated Tommy cuts the man a few times with a kitchen blade and Jimmy shoots him multiple times with a pistol. Henry hammers the storage compartment cover shut and we hear a voiceover say, "For as long as I can recollect, I generally needed to be a hoodlum." We currently return a very long while, to see the occasions that will pave the way to this scene. During the 1950s, youthful Henry Slope reveres the Lucchese wrongdoing family criminals in his authentic, transcendently Italian area in East New York, Brooklyn, and in 1955 stops school and goes to work for them. The neighborhood horde capo, Paulie Cicero, because of the real Lucchese mobster Paul Vario, and Paulie's nearby partner Jimmy Conway, in light of Jimmy Burke, assist with developing Henry's criminal profession. Henry collaborates with the youthful Tommy and the 2 sell containers of cigarettes, given to them by Jimmy, to representatives of a nearby production line, an intersection watchman, and a few cops. While selling them, 2 analysts appear and seize the cash in the heap, capturing Henry. Tommy sneaks away to tell Tutty, Paulie's sibling. Henry goes to court and is given a token punishment. Jimmy gives him considerable compensation for his quiet. Jimmy considers it a graduation gift, and lets him know he did well notwithstanding getting squeezed. Henry uncovered no names to the police and took in the 2 most significant things in their profession: never rat on your companions and consistently keep your mouth shut. The remainder of the group welcomes Henry with cheerful acknowledgement. As grown-ups, Henry and Tommy scheme with Conway to take a significant part of the billions of dollars of freight going through John F. Kennedy Worldwide Air Terminal. They help out in a key heist, taking over a large portion of $1 million from the Air France freight terminal. The theft assists Henry with acquiring Paulie's trust, to whom Henry gives a sizable cut of the take. In any case, since Henry is half Irish, he realizes he can never turn into a made man, an undeniable individual from the wrongdoing family. Nor can Jimmy Conway, who is likewise Irish. Throughout the long term, Henry's companions become progressively trying and perilous. Conway loves capturing trucks, and Tommy has a touchy attitude and a maniacal need to substantiate himself through savagery. At a certain point, he embarrasses a guiltless and unarmed youthful server Bug, requesting that insect dance a la the Oklahoma Child, then, at that point, messing him up. A couple of evenings later, when Bug confronts an incredibly inebriated Tommy, Tommy abruptly pulls his weapon and shoots Insect in the chest, killing him in a flash. Jimmy is furious with Tommy for shooting Insect, however Tommy is totally apathetic, unfeelingly asking where he can track down a digging tool to cover the dead man. Henry likewise meets and goes gaga for Karen, a straightforward youthful Jewish lady. They go to the Copacabana Club a few times each week, and the sight of a renowned constant Steadicam shot. Karen feels uncomfortable with her sweetheart's profession, but at the same time is turned on by it, particularly when Henry violently gun whips her neighbor for attempting to compel himself on her, and Henry gives her the ridiculous gun to stow away. Henry and Karen at last wed, which includes persuading Karen's folks that Henry is half Jewish. In June 1970, Tommy severely kills Billy Batts, a made man in the contending Gambino wrongdoing family, over a basic affront Batts tosses at Tommy. The homicide is a significant offense that could get them all killed by the Gambinos whenever found. In the wake of halting at Tommy's mom's place for a late-night supper, and furthermore to get a digging tool, Henry, Conway, and DeVito cover Batts' body in an unwanted field, taking us back to the vehicle trunk scene from the beginning of the film. At the point when they find a half year after the fact that the land has been sold, they are compelled to uncover, move, and rebury the seriously decayed body, an errand that makes Henry truly wiped out and that Tommy and Jimmy think about another straightforward task. Henry's marriage falls apart when Karen observes he has a fancy woman, Janice Rossi. Karen defies a dozing Henry with a firearm as he awakens. When she brings down the weapon, Henry quells her and shouts that he has enough, at the forefront of his thoughts agonizing over being whacked in the city without awakening with a firearm in the face. Henry is visited at Janice's condo by Jimmy and Polly, who let him know that his philandering is awful for business. Polly guarantees that he'll persuade Karen that Henry merits reclaiming and that Henry will get back to his home in a couple of days. Meanwhile, Henry will go with Jimmy to Florida to find a miscreant who owes Polly cash. After beating and hanging the obligation-ridden Florida player over a lion confined at the Lowry Park Zoo in Tampa, Henry and Jimmy are gotten and shipped off jail for a very long time because the person's sister was a typist for the FBI. There, Henry bargains medications to different detainees to keep above water and to help his family, and, when he gets back to them, he has a worthwhile medication association in Pittsburgh. Polly cautions Henry against managing drugs since crowd supervisors can get heavy jail sentences if their men are running medications despite their good faith. Henry overlooks Polly's organization and includes Tommy and Jimmy, just as Karen and his new paramour, Sandy, in intricate cocaine pirating activity. With regards to a similar time, December 1978, Jimmy Conway and companions plan and effectively complete a record $6 million off-screen heist from the Lufthansa freight terminal at JFK Air Terminal. Before long the heist, Jimmy develops progressively distrustful when a portion of his partners absurdly parade their benefits on display, perhaps drawing police consideration, and starts having them killed. More regrettable, after promising to invite Tommy into the Lucchese family as a made man, the senior individuals from the family icily shoot him in the head in reprisal for Billy Bat's demise and his foolish conduct. The homicide disturbs Henry and particularly Jimmy, who are both expected to just acknowledge it and continue on. In a lengthy, virtuoso grouping named Sunday, May 11, 1980, each of the various ways of Henry's muddled mafia profession impact: he should facilitate a significant cocaine shipment, carry a little reserve of guns to Jimmy, he will not get them from Henry, cook an enormous feast for his family, appease his fancy woman Sandy, who processes the cocaine he sells, adapt to his dumbfounded sitter/drug dispatch, Lois, stay away from government specialists who, obscure to him, have had him under observation for quite some time, and fulfill his unpleasant medication association clients, meanwhile a basket case from the absence of rest and grunting his very own lot item. Lois requests that Henry take her home so she can get her fortunate cap, which she will not fly without. Henry and Lois are captured by the police as he pulls out of his carport. At the point when Henry and Lois are reserved, alongside Sandy, the police acquire heaps of coke-encrusted hardware from Sandy's loft. Karen rescues her better half of prison, after obliterating all of the cocaine that was concealed in the house and getting her mom to put their home up as security for bail cash. Henry and his family are left destitute and the couple separates together when Karen concedes she annihilated the $60,000 in coke Henry had been intending to deliver when he was busted. After Henry's capture, Polly and the remainder of the horde leave him. Henry meets the last time Polly, who reprimands him for lying about his medication management. Polly gives him $2,000 or $3,000 and betrays him. Karen meets with Jimmy to let him know that Henry has calmed down and furthermore that Henry hasn't been uncovering any crucial data about Jimmy or his other crowd countrymen. Before Karen leaves, Jimmy advises her to investigate some taken dresses in one of his shop fronts. Karen becomes frightened when she sees two obscure-looking laborers. Jimmy's message to Karen and Henry is clear: they can be disgracefully killed if they talk about their associations. Persuaded that he and his family are set apart for death, Henry chooses to turn into a witness for the FBI. He and his family enter the government witness insurance program, vanishing into namelessness to save their lives, however not before he affirms against Polly and Jimmy in court. He is presently a normal no one and tells us, "I get to carry on with the remainder of my life like a schnook." The film's fast last shot is of Tommy discharging a gun straightforwardly into the camera, an accolade for the last shot of the incomparable train burglary, indicating that Henry won't ever completely leave an existence of wrongdoing. The film closes with a couple of title cards: "Over Sid, a horrendous form of my way," showing what happened to Slope, Polly Cicero, and Jimmy Conway. Henry's union with Karen finished in the division with her getting authority of their youngsters, and Polly and Conway will spend essentially the remainder of their lives in jail. Polly passed on in jail in 1988. Conway's title card clarifies that he was qualified for parole in 2004, however, he passed on of cellular breakdown in the lungs in 1996 while still imprisoned. To watch more video like this, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last I will say, stay safe and stay healthy. See you next videos.